welcome back. In the previous lesson, we explored the AI revolution and how computing has evolved from traditional software to today's intelligent AI systems. Now, we're going to look more closely at one of the biggest shifts in computing history, the transition from software that follows instructions to systems that can make decisions, plan actions, and achieve goals. This transition is what makes agentic AI so exciting. Understanding this shift is essential because it changes how we think about software, work, automation, and even our own roles within organizations. Let's begin with a simple question. What is software? For decades, software has been something that executes instructions written by programmers. No matter how sophisticated the application appeared, underneath it was simply following rules created by humans. Imagine using a calculator. You type 25 times 12 and it returns 300. Does it understand multiplication? No. It simply executes mathematical instructions. Now think about a banking system. Suppose a customer wants to transfer money. The software follows predetermined rules. Is the user authenticated? Is there enough balance? If every condition is satisfied, the transfer proceeds. It never asks, is there a better way? This is a rules-based system. Rule-based software powered nearly every industry for decades because computers are incredibly good at repeating predictable processes like payroll or inventory management. But the real world contains ambiguity. Language is messy, people make mistakes, and contexts change. Rule-based systems do not adapt well to uncertainty. This challenge led to machine learning. Instead of writing every rule ourselves, we built systems that learn patterns from data. Instead of programming every possible spam email, we showed computers millions of examples. The programmer no longer defined every rule. The data became the teacher. As machine learning evolved, large language models made conversational AI possible. Now people could simply ask, summarize this report or translate this paragraph. This changed the way humans interacted with computers. The interface became conversation, but AI assistants still had an important limitation. They waited for instructions. Every interaction followed the same cycle. User asks, AI responds, conversation ends. The AI had no objective beyond producing that next response. Now imagine a different scenario. Instead of asking to write an email, you say, I need to organize next month's stakeholder workshop. That is not a single task. It is an objective. An intelligent agent responds by asking clarifying questions and then begins planning. It could review participant availability, reserve a meeting room, prepare invitations, and track RSVPs. Notice something remarkable. You never instructed the agent how to perform each individual step. You simply defined the goal, and the agent determined the process. That is the defining characteristic of agentic AI. Traditional software receives instructions. AI agents receive goals. The system begins reasoning. What information is needed? Which documents should be collected? It breaks a complex objective into manageable tasks. What makes an AI system an agent? They are goal-oriented, focusing on outcomes rather than isolated responses. They plan by dividing large objectives into smaller tasks. They make continuous decisions throughout execution, and they adapt to changing conditions. Perhaps most importantly, agents can use external tools like calendars, email, and databases. The language model provides the intelligence, while the tools provide the capability. Together, they enable action rather than just information retrieval. Consider a university admission process. A student asks to apply. A chatbot might just point to a website, but an AI agent can determine eligibility, retrieve requirements, guide the student step by step, help upload documents, and track application progress. Instead of providing information, the agent helps accomplish the goal. Organizations are excited because many business processes are goal oriented. In HR, the goal isn't just reviewing resumes, it's hiring qualified employees. In customer service, the goal isn't just answering questions, it's resolving problems. AI agents are designed around these outcomes. At this point, you might wonder, will they replace people? The answer is nuanced. AI agents excel at speed and repetition, but humans remain essential for ethical judgment, leadership, creativity, empathy, and strategic thinking. The future is about combining human strengths with AI capabilities. Take a moment to think about your own work. Choose one recurring process in your organization. Ask yourself, is it goal-oriented? Does it involve multiple steps? Does it require searching for information or repetitive decision-making? Does it require coordination between systems? Could an AI agent perform some of these activities while leaving final decisions to humans? These are exactly the kinds of opportunities organizations are beginning to explore today. And in summary, Agentic AI introduces a new paradigm. Instead of responding to instructions, AI agents pursue goals. They plan, reason, use tools, adapt, and collaborate. Most importantly, they help people achieve outcomes rather than simply generating information. In the next lesson, we'll define the key concepts you'll encounter by exploring the differences between AI, machine learning, generative AI, and agentic AI. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next lesson.